Hello everyone and welcome to Chester F. Awalt Memorial Gymnasium, where tonight we're having a live rendition of boys volleyball here as the Los Gatos Wildcats will be facing off against the home Mountain View Spartans. Hi everyone, REK here, proud to bring you this live volleyball game as Mountain View coming into this game 26-3 overall and an undefeated 12-0 in league play, looking to go to 13-0 in their second to last league game. Los Gatos coming into this contest 17-16 overall, so they've played quite a few games on the season. They are currently 2 games over 500 in the De Anza League standing, 7-5 overall. KMVT Sports would like to thank our all sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, a part of the Sutter Health Network. Make sure you choose your PAMP doctor today. And we'd also like to give a special thanks to TVU for providing the live coverage capabilities for tonight's game. So very exciting here at KMVT. This is our second ever live sporting event. Previously only done a baseball game, so this is the first ever live volleyball game here on KMVT. So fitting that we go to Mountain View, who currently has one of the best boys volleyball teams in the entire state, as Max Prep has ranked Mountain View 3rd in the state and 3rd nationally. So as you all know, I'm sure, boys volleyball is very good always in California, both at the collegiate level where you have a lot of powerhouses on the West Coast and including here in high school volleyball. Still getting ready for the first serve here, and it'll be Mountain View who will lead us off as Colton Stearns, the sophomore outside hitter, getting ready to get this game underway. Stearns serves it across, and that will be out, says the up ref to the left. So Los Gatos, the underdogs, out to a quick 1-0 lead here in game number 1. Back to serve now is Jacob Patterson for the Wildcats. Mountain View on the attack, and boy, big hit. There was Keenan Zucker in the middle getting the kill. And after his kill, he goes straight to the bench as Mountain View will look to get a different server out there, and it's Colin Fritschke, the senior libero, getting his first serve across. Los Gatos now on the attack, and looked like over the line, says the referee. That's going to be a point to Los Gatos and a quick 2-1 lead for them. So side out back to the Wildcats, and it's John Suzuki with his first action of the game, setting up on the far left-hand side of the court. Line drive serve goes across. Mountain View back set, and a nice kill there. That was Logan Allen getting the kill to go for the Spartans, tying this game back up at 2. See, nice job by McLaughlin, back set, and the block just a little bit slow for the Wildcats to get there. Mountain View with the point. Now a diving effort that time. That was Sam Lewis for the Wildcats. Couldn't quite reach that ball. So Mountain View, another point. Allen's going to get another serve. The senior serves it across. It's a good serve. Los Gatos handles it, though. Now Mountain View on the attack. Cross course, and there's a big kill by the kill leader of the Spartans. That's Jake Stubner with his first kill of the game. See Mountain View doing a nice job passing here, and perfectly set up that time, again by McLaughlin. So Suzuki just has to hit it over, giving Mountain View a free ball. Big hit, dug out very nicely by Neiman for the Wildcats. Now Mountain View's turn to have a nice save. McLaughlin's kill attempt not there, but then some mishandling by the Wildcats will give Mountain View the point. You can see a diving effort that time. Suzuki came up just a bit short. So Lollipop served across from Allen again. And there at the net, Stubner blocking the kill attempt from Henry Moss. The lefty couldn't quite get that one up and over Stubner. Just take a look, nice back set that time, but Stubner right there at the net to send that one back. So Allen keeps on serving for the Spartans. Flowers at the net, sending that one back for Mountain View. Now Stearns with the dig out, setting up Stubner on the left side, and he gets that one to go. Suzuki, a nice effort to try and dig that one out, but to no avail. And it's a quick 7-2 run here for the Spartans. A nice job by Stubner getting high above the net, and his jump is so quick, the Los Gatos block is just not getting enough time to get there. Let's take a look at the SCVAL Deanza League standings. As I mentioned before, Mountain View well out in front, 12-0 with only 2 league games left, so they have the Deanza League regular season title wrapped up. Homestead and Monte Vista 9-3 each. Then we get to Los Gatos at a very respectable 7-5, so they're looking to move up in the standings with only 2 games left for them. Then Harker at 6-6, Lynbrook 4-8, Kings Academy and Eastside College Prep round out the Deanza League. So Mountain View, after being down 2-1 early, a quick 6-0 run, and Logan Allen getting a workout behind the line, serving the ball here for the Spartans. Allen, one of 3 senior captains on this Mountain View team, along with Stubner and Ryan McLaughlin. And that time, Los Gatos finally ends the run. It was Gianni from the left side getting that ball to go across. So Los Gatos back on the score board, and nice job. Only 1 blocker there for Mountain View. Sure they'd like to get 2 for future games. As Flowers in the middle, and this is the first time we've seen Flowers out there getting a kill. Relatively quiet so far for the Spartans, but making his presence felt. Flowers, a middle blocker for this team, and one of the best middle blockers in the section for sure. And a nice serve, Los Gatos over the line, and that's going to be an ace for Stubner. So the serving has been excellent so far for the Spartans. Los Gatos a little rattled here early against this very vaunted Spartan squad. And another mishandling for the Wildcats. That was Rory Abraham, who wasn't able to time his jump correctly. Barely got a fingertip on that ball. Gives Mountain View another point. Gives them a 7-point lead, 10-3. Stubner, and the first service error for the Spartans. That one goes into the net. So side out, back to Los Gatos. As Moss, the lefty, serves it and in. Tough call there, right on the left side of the court, and Stearns thought that one might be out. But again, looked like it hit right on the line as we get a good angle here, and wow, barely nicked the white line there. This time though, Moss's serve is long. Easy call for the back ref there. So Flowers back to serve now for the Spartans. Flowers, line drive, serve over. That goes over on 1, but Los Gatos another chance at it. Nice block at the net there by Stearns. And we're gonna get a violation. Apparently either Stearns or Zucker went over the net or touched the net in some fashion. Los Gatos will get the serve as Mountain View continues to substitute. Flowers back out of the game. Mountain View back set, nicely done. McLaughlin couldn't quite get that kill attempt to go. And then for Los Gatos, that's a kill. As that looked like Brian Shunk, the outside junior hitter, was able to get that one to go. Beautiful job that time by Moss. Having to set that one all the way across the court, but perfectly set up for Shunk to get the kill. And that one is a bit wide, so Mountain View will get the point. Or no, it was overruled, excuse me. So 11-8 now, little run from Los Gatos as the up ref overruling. Nice dig out that time by Stearns. But another violation, double hit, says the ref. And suddenly Los Gatos on a mini run of their own, cutting the deficit to 2, 11-9 now the score. So Sam Lewis, another serve for the junior. Mountain View, nice setup that time for Zucker in the middle. Keenan Zucker getting a lot of action here in the early goings, and he's made the most of it. Couple kills for him. So side out back to Mountain View, and it'll be the senior setter, Ryan McLaughlin. McLaughlin, powerful serve, and that one's in, just towards the back line that time. Sam Lewis thought maybe that one would be a bit wide. Don't know if he had much of a chance to dig that one out anyways. But he decided to let that one bounce and gave Mountain View the point. 13-9 now. McLaughlin, another powerful serve, but this one is out wide to the left. So back and forth we go after Mountain View got out to an early lead. It's now 13-10. Both teams, a lot of substitutions here in game number one, getting everyone accustomed to the game tempo. Rian Farhadi back to serve now into the game for the first time for the Wildcats. Stubner from the back row tries the kill. Moss was there to dig it out, hit it over on one. And a nice kill that time from Allen on the left side. He gets it just to the right of the Wildcats block. Some more substitutions as Teo Neiman back into the game. The libero for Los Gatos. Stern sends it over, dug out by Lewis. Now at the net. And the refs had two different calls on that one, but finally they're gonna say that ball is out as Shunk tried to sneak that one into the left side. I think the refs didn't know if Allen had touched that one or not, but decided that no, he had not touched the ball. Stearns, another powerful serve over, dug out but hit over on one, and boy, there was Jacob Patterson sending Zucker flying backwards. He gets the point. And a nice job just meeting Zucker at the net. So Jacob Patterson getting the kill for the Wildcats. Now Allen unable to get it over. Now Stubner will take a chance at it, and he gets it down just inside the upper left corner. A nice setup that time from Fritchie. And then Stubner. It's hard to get a block on him. So much velocity coming out of that right hand. At the net, Stubner gets it across, but now it's Los Gatos. Now Mountain View, Flowers just kind of tips that ball over. In the middle, Flowers, a nice block at the net. Mountain View setting it up for Allen. Got our longest rally of the game, and a dump kill, nicely done by Allen. Los Gatos wasn't expecting that after the ball kept going back and forth over the net. You saw Mountain View doing a nice job. They know Henry Moss is left-handed. Taking away that left hand of his, shading him to the left side, and sometimes that's hard in volleyball. You expect every player to be right-handed, so you guard against that right side. But Mountain View not fooled at all, and finally Allen got the dump kill. At the net, not sure if that ball even made it over the net. That was Shunk trying from the right side over Stubner, but he wasn't able to get it to go. Nice back set there again, and no, just off the left part of his hand. So here in game number one, it's 18-11, Mountain View on top. We'll be right back after this.
As a busy mom of 3 kids, I find it extremely convenient to access My Health Online. My Health Online's messaging service allows me to keep in close contact with our doctor.
Being able to email the doctor with questions gave us assurance that they do take an interest in the patients. That's why we've been with PAN for more than 10 years and keep adding members, the newest member.
Welcome back to Chester F8 Walt with Mountain View leading Los Gatos 18-11 here in this boys volleyball game. Mountain View serving it across. And nice block at the net. Flowers and Allen there for the Spartans. Now they're going to get a chance on offense. Stubner at the net, denied. Nicely done that time from Shunk. Stubner again, just off the net and over. Free ball now for the Spartans. McLaughlin setting up Allen, diving save. Nicely done from the Wildcats. They're still alive in this point. Allen though, off the dome of Neiman, who had made a great diving save earlier to dig a ball out. But this time Allen said enough is enough, and Neiman sent flying backwards. So that ball went right off his head, but Neiman seems to be okay. Fritchie back to serve now. And that serve goes into the net. So that's the third service error of the game for Mountain View. Los Gatos gets a point. They're now down 19-12. Trying to mount a comeback here in game number 1. Suzuki. Now here comes Flowers from the left side. Stubner was in the middle that time. Flowers on the left side of the court. And Flowers gets the kill. Again, McLaughlin has been passing beautifully in this game. Great setup there for Flowers for the kill. Allen now, who's served a lot here in game number 1, gets another crack at it. Suzuki hits it over on one, and that's too easy. Stubner sends it back across. Gives Mountain View a 9-point advantage. Saw Suzuki just over the net, and Stubner was right there anticipating that long dig out. So Allen, nice serve, and Suzuki, nice dig out for Los Gatos. But over the net, another violation on Mountain View. That's been the one thing keeping Los Gatos in the game here in the early minutes. At least the third penalty called on the Spartans. So Neiman serves it across. The serving for Los Gatos has been excellent. McLaughlin denied at the net. He's getting another crack at it, and this time just off the block. So give Mountain View the point. As you can see, just off the right hand of Henry Moss, who was going up for the block. Stubner, jump serve, and right into the net. So I'm sure the Spartans will look to tighten things up as we go along here. A lot of errors here in game number 1, both with the serve and some double hits, some over the lines. Flowers this time on the right side, another huge hit as that ball goes flying near the right corner of the gym. Rattles around back there. And Flowers showing off his strength. A little too quick even for our cameras. I mean, that ball just went flying right into the Los Gatos side of the court. Flowers to the back row. Oh, nifty dump attempt kill. Didn't get it to go was Patterson, but finally that ball's hit out, so Los Gatos will get the point anyways. Great idea though for Patterson. No look, kind of over his head kill attempt. Not to be able to dig that out, but then hit it out to the left. Hits the top of the net and goes over on the serve. Now just set over by Lewis. And McLaughlin, oh, nice dig out by Lewis. Looks like he might get the kill there. And instead, it's going to be Los Gatos with another point, staying alive here in game number 1. Just off the fingertips of McLaughlin, and then Allen's diving attempt wasn't quite there. Lewis serves it across for the Wildcats, and then at the net, Zucker's kill attempt goes right into the net. Los Gatos a mini run here, cut the deficit to 23-17. Still 2 more points from Mountain View, and they will take game number 1. Now the Spartans, McLaughlin met at the net, and it hits him as it ricochets back. That ball might have been out of bounds otherwise. But give another point to Los Gatos. Looked like that was Shunk at the net, getting the majority of that block. Ball served over for Los Gatos as we come back. Stearns is going to get the kill just in front of Neiman, who tried to dig that ball out. We'll have our first game point of the match now, 24-18. I think it might be 24-19 actually, but either way it is game point for Mountain View. Back set, Subner long on his kill attempt. Another point for Los Gatos. So on the scoreboard, it still reads 24-19. We'll see if that comes into play. Although from the stats we've kept, it might not be. We'll have to see. Verhadi back into the game to serve. He serves it across. McLaughlin setting up Zucker, and that will end game number one. Beautiful job, McLaughlin. A number of assists here in the first game. You can see right into the middle, and beautiful job by Zucker running in for the kill. So after game number one, Mountain View out to an early 1-0 lead.
Since 1982, KMVT 15 has been providing media resources to the community. Yearly, we train over 300 youth through our video camps. We offer classes in all areas of media, from video to editing, photography, graphics, and much more. KMVT 15 is your community resource, connecting communities through media.
Ever since we moved to the United States, Palo Alto Medical Foundation has been taking care of our health. We love our doctor. She is always ready to listen to us and is very professional and answers all our questions and is very reassuring. PAMF has been there not just for my own family, but for the whole community, whether they're seeing patients or providing doctors for our free medical clinic. Ever since we moved to the United States, Palo Alto
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
KMVT 15 provides an array of professional media services for businesses. Our video services include ribbon cuttings, grand openings, promotional, training, corporate culture, testimonial, and much more. By hiring our professional staff, you are helping to support our mission to provide resources and educational opportunities to the community. Give us a call today.
Welcome back to the campus of Mountain View. Here at this boys volleyball matchup, Mountain View taking the first game 25-19 over the Los Gatos Wildcats. Fans of all sizes attending the game tonight, rooting on their respective teams. Those two look like Los Gatos fans, as the orange and black are the main colors of the Wildcat school. So we're getting set to start game number two. Los Gatos will get the first serve, as it'll be Teo Neiman, the sophomore libero, getting ready to start things off. Get a look at Coach Mack talking to his players, getting them set in the right defensive position. So that serves across for Neiman. There's Stubner to the back row and out. Almost touched there by the front line of the Wildcats, but they let that ball go over their fingertips and then over the white line for a 1-0 Wildcats lead. Neiman just over the net. And a big kill in the middle. Keenan Zucker's having himself a good game so far. He racks up another kill for the Spartans, ties game number 2 back up at 1. Not much the Wildcats could do, as that one went straight down onto the hardwood. In the middle, nice kill attempt from Abraham. Now Stearns. That ball's dug out, set up. Los Gatos getting another crack at it, but just has to hit it over, Lewis does. Back set, but not a good one, so Allen just has to hit it over. Gives Los Gatos a chance. Moss unable to get that one to go. Stubner a little tip kill attempt, but Patterson was ready. Now Moss, that ball's tipped, and it'll be in for a Los Gatos point. Both teams had quite a few kill attempts on that rally. And finally it was Moss able to finish it off. Give Los Gatos a 2-1 lead, just as they had in game number 1. Moss, long serve. Stubner able to handle it. Now Stubner just to the right of Suzuki, who dove to the floor. Again, McLaughlin, another assist on that one. Right to the left of that block, and Suzuki's diving attempt couldn't quite get there in time. Suzuki digs out that serve, but Abraham has had a little bit of a struggle with his hit so far, unable to get it over the net. Rory Abraham, one of 3 seniors on this Los Gatos squad, along with James Powers and John Suzuki. Allen serving it over. That time Abraham, a much better hit, goes off the basketball hoop. Stubner just has to tip it across. To the back row it goes. Set up, Flowers, and that's just out. Little wide to the right for Flowers. Ties the ball game back up 3 apiece. We'll give Sam Lewis the serve now. The junior outside hitter runs up to the ball, gets it across. In the middle that time, Flowers recalibrating his kill attempt and getting it to go right down the middle. Flowers, again, so quick on the jump. You have to be very quick if you're on the block, trying to get up to deny Flowers' kill attempts. Stubner, his second serving error of the game as he hits it into the net again. Another unforced error from Mountain View. Stubner, now 43 serving errors on the season. He also leads the team in aces, 35. Stearns denied at the net. And that was Grant Gu who got up high for that ball, along with Jacob Patterson, to get Los Gatos the point. Talk about getting up quick, and that was Patterson who got the block on Stearns. Stearns saying, my bad. After that point, didn't get it quite high enough to get around Patterson on the block. Stearns this time does get higher. No, excuse me, that's McLaughlin with the kill. McLaughlin doing a little bit of everything for the Spartan squad. One of their best passers on the team, but can also get the kill. So multi-talented, and that's huge for a Mountain View team that doesn't have too much depth on it. That ball is out on the kill attempt from Gu. 6-5, Spartans on top. Flowers serves it to the back row, Neiman able to handle it. Now a kill attempt. Ooh, Shunk almost got that one to go. Stubner on the tip shot, not quite there. Gonna get Shunk another chance at it, but at the net. That was Stearns getting up high to block that shot. A nice setup, and Shunk had a couple good looks at that. Just unable to get it over, and now Shunk with the miss hit trying to dig out, or excuse me, that was Sam Lewis trying to dig out that ball. So again, some passing mistakes from the Wildcats. They're back in the hole here in game number 2, 8-5, Mountain View on top. Shunk denied at the net again. There was Stearns and Zucker right there to meet him. And Mountain View still doing a great job getting 2 blockers every time. Los Gatos tries for the kill. Seem to know exactly where Los Gatos is going with the ball. Flowers with the ace after Los Gatos couldn't dig that ball out. Flowers, also one of the better servers on this Mountain View team. 27 aces. Thanks to the Palo Alto Medical Foundation for their continued support of KMVT's high school sports coverage. And we'd also like to say the equipment for live coverage of tonight's game was provided courtesy of TVU. And yes, that's correct. We are live here on this Wednesday night from Mountain View. An exciting game so far. Mountain View taking game number 1, 25-19, and now up here in game number 2, 10-5. These two teams did meet earlier in the season, with Mountain View winning in straight games. That game played at Los Gatos. Interestingly enough, the first game went to 38 points of that matchup. Didn't quite see that amount of game points in our first game tonight. But Los Gatos, even though they've lost now 4 straight games to Mountain View, they have shown they can compete with these Spartans players, so we'll see if they're able to maybe get back in this game here in game number 2 as Flower serve goes over for the Spartans. Set up in the middle, but boy, Zucker, who's still playing an excellent game for Mountain View, gets the block. Now McLaughlin on the left side will get the kill. McLaughlin continues to do everything for the Spartans, just off the fingertips of Grant Gu, who couldn't quite block that one back over. Mountain View on the attack. Stearns trying the cross-court kill. Couldn't get it, but that ball hits the roof, and Los Gatos can't quite corral it after that happened. Tough break for the Wildcats as that ball went spinning away to the left of most of the Wildcats players. And we're going to get another timeout here. So, here in game number 2, it's 12-5, Mountain View on top.
I was in a fire department training, and I had these shooting pains when they just shot right up into my temples. I went to Palo Alto Medical to follow up with my doctor. He found a heart murmur. It turned out to be an aortic aneurysm, which would have killed me had he not caught it. I don't really like going to the doctor, but I truly like going and seeing the guy. He's a great doctor, and he saved my life.
Welcome back to the campus of Mountain View. REK here, helping you to watch this boys volleyball matchup between Mountain View and Los Gatos. 12-5 the score here in game number 2. Mountain View on top after taking game number 1. Flowers back to serve. The senior gets it across for the Spartans. At the net, and didn't look like Shunk's hit even made it over the net. 2 Mountain View blockers were there anyways, as Stearns and Zucker were right there to meet Shunk if that ball had made it across. Flowers and another service error, which has been really Mountain View's only fault in this game. 13-6 now the score. Jacob Patterson, the junior, serving it across for the Wildcats. Stearns, and just out wide to the right for Stearns. Couple points in a row for Los Gatos. Brings the deficit for them back down to 6. Patterson, his second serve in a row. Hits it to the back row to Stubner. Now Stearns, the tip kill attempt, not quite there. Moss couldn't quite get that one past Stubner. Oh, and a big kill attempt for Stearns. Or excuse me, McLaughlin not there. Now back over the net, and boy, Zucker had to hit that one over a couple different times. He has a wry smile after that point. One effort from Zucker, and then the second one gets it to go with the left hand, and he shakes his head in amusement. Mountain View wins the point as now they come back, and Zucker's right there again to give Mountain View another point. Nice block at the net. Zucker racking up the blocks and kills in this game so far. 15-7. His team is on top now. Back set for Los Gatos. Oh, nice job by Allen to take it out, and then miscommunication between Zucker and Flowers over who was going to hit that ball. So a rare mental mistake for the Spartans. As you can see, beautiful job that time by Allen to keep that ball alive, and then Flowers and Zucker couldn't decide who was going to dig that ball out. Allen hits it across. So Neiman's going to set up Moss for Los Gatos, and that ball is out wide to the left. Mountain View another point. They're now up 16-8 here in game number 2. Colton Stearns, the lone underclassman on the Spartans team, and he's going to get an ace as an unlucky break again for the Wildcats. Dana Tovey's dig out hit the roof and came right back down to the hardwood. Stearns another serve, that one a bit long. Nice job by Neiman to let that ball go. 17-9 now the score, as Derek Way checks in to the game for the first time for the Spartans. Colton Stearns now out of the game. Nice serve by Neiman, but dug out by Stubner. Now Flowers, nice dig out by Neiman to keep that ball alive. Oh, and McLaughlin, great dig out for him. Stubner is going to finish up the job with the kill. McLaughlin going to the floor and one-handed dig out, and then Stubner, look at the spin on that ball. And that would have been a tough dig for Tovey there. So Coach Mack instructing exactly where he wants Colin Fritsky to serve the ball. Patterson in the middle, setting out Rory Abraham. Abraham, one of the senior leaders on this team, been relatively quiet so far. But if Los Gatos wants to come back into this game, he's got to get more kills just like that. Moss a little bit long, and so Los Gatos, who has been serving so well so far in this game, probably one of their best traits so far, but Moss with the service error. It's going to be side out back to Mountain View. Allen now serving for the Spartans, and oh, another nifty dump kill attempt by Patterson, wasn't there. Flowers, that ball saved by Moss. Set up for Flowers again, and this time he's going to get the kill, no doubt about it. Free ball for the Spartans, and they take advantage as Allen, just a little quick set that time for Flowers, who went up, got the kill to go. Patterson back set for Moss. Moss, tough kill attempt, almost got it to go, but Fritsky right there to save it. Stubner's kill attempt is going to be not saved, as a nice job from Patterson to dig that ball out near the Wildcats bench, but to no avail, unable to get it across. Mountain View opening up an 11-point advantage now, 21-10. Mountain View now on the attack. Stubner from the left side. Now another free ball for the Spartans. See what they do with it. Allen sets it up, and not quite there for McLaughlin. And looked like Mountain View did touch the net there as they went up for the block. That'll stop the bleeding momentarily for the Wildcats. 21-11 now the score. That serve handled by Frischke. Sending up McLaughlin and just over Moss, who had kind of bent down to try and set that ball up. Derek Way checking back out of the game for the Spartans. And Stubner back to serve. Serves it over. Patterson sets it up. Nice try there by Toby, and then that ball mishandled. Frischke trying to save it to no avail. Back to a 10-point game, 22-12. Rian Farhadi back into the action. He checks back in to serve. Wearing number 3, only a freshman. And he's going to get an ace as Kelvin Kabatu, who just checked into the game for the Spartans, right off his hands. And I'm sure he wasn't too pleased that that was his first ball he got in the game. Farhadi serves it again, this time Frischke right there to save it. Flowers, kind of an awkward kill attempt. It's going to give Los Gatos a good try, but just set over. Now just set over for Mountain View. Some sloppy play here. Hit over on one by Los Altos. And I think because we're seeing a lot of the subs into the game, especially for Mountain View right now, some sloppy play, but in the end it was Flowers who mishit the ball at the net to give the Wildcats the point. It's 22-14 now. Wildcats trying to come back here in game number 2. Allen sets it up, and there's one of the starters, Colton Stearns, the sophomore, with the kill. Patterson was there for the Wildcats, but just off his fingertips. And again, you see the difference on the block. Los Gatos only getting one guy near the ball most of the time, whereas Mountain View has done a good job getting 2 people where the ball is going to be. Patterson, dump kill attempt, not quite there. He's tried that a number of times in the game. Each time it hasn't quite worked, but they're going to get a free ball out of it. Flowers hits it over. And Dana Tovey is going to get the kill. So some fancy footwork for Mountain View. As you see Allen, yes. Apparently you can use your feet effectively in this game. Who knew? And there's a kill in the middle, and that was Cole Seymour who just checked into the game. So a lot of the subs for Mountain View getting into the action to try and close out game number 2. Good job by Seymour getting the kill, and now Ryan McLaughlin will be serving for game number 2 and a 2-0 lead. McLaughlin, hard serve across. Moss digs it out. We're going to set up Toby on the right side. And Kabatu, he did dig that out, but into no man's land. No Spartan able to get to that ball. 24-16 now the score. It'll be Toby back to serve. Across for Toby. McLaughlin, cross-court set for Allen. And that ball hit the antenna, I think, so out of bounds. Another point for the Wildcats. Toby's second serve. Makes it across. McLaughlin setting up Stearns on the left side, and that block out to the left. Good attempt there from Sam Lewis, but a little wide to the left. So again, a beautiful back set from McLaughlin, and Stearns just off the left hand of Lewis. After 2 games, it's Mountain View up 2-0 over Los Gatos.
KMVT 15 has a community message board that runs daily, providing information to the community about upcoming events. We also provide tools to nonprofits to create dynamic video messaging quickly with an online system. KMVT 15 is your community resource, connecting communities through media.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The Action Team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. Visit weather.com/ready and let the Weather Channel help keep you safe in emergencies.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
I was at a fire department training and I had these shooting pains when they just shot right up into my temples. I went to Palo Alto Medical to follow up with my doctor. He found a heart murmur. It turned out to be an aortic aneurysm, which would have killed me had he not caught it.
I don't really like going to the doctor, but I truly like going and seeing the guy. He's a great doctor and he saved my life.
Welcome back to Mountain View, where the Spartans currently have a 2-0 lead over the visiting Los Gatos Wildcats. 25-19, 25-17, the scores of the first two games. Mountain View, as I mentioned before, only one more regular season game. They're going to be playing Monte Vista coming up on May 9th, just in a couple days, to end their league play, and then it'll be on to the playoffs for the Spartans. For Los Gatos, they also have only one more game. They'll be at Homestead to finish up league play, so no more home games left for the Wildcats. I mean, senior day has already come and gone for the Los Gatos squad. Relatively young Wildcats team, only 3 seniors, as I mentioned before, on the roster, but a bevy of juniors who will be back for next season. For Mountain View, almost all upperclassmen besides Stearns, who's the lone sophomore on the squad, but just a ton of senior talent. McLaughlin, Fritschke, Zucker, Stubner, Allen, they're all seniors. So this is their final run at trying to capture a CCS title. And I am sure that is one of the goals for this Mountain View team that has had an excellent year, only 3 losses. And so many great wins. Earlier this year, we broadcasted a game at St. Francis that Mountain View was able to win 3-2. So this is a very talented and experienced Mountain View team that I'm sure will be looking to do some damage come playoff time. Game gets set, and we're going to get another violation on the Spartans. Wildcats get the first point at game number 3. It's been a running theme here in all 3 of our games so far. So side out to Los Gatos. The libero, Teo Neiman, serves it across. McLaughlin does a nice job keeping it on the Mountain View side. And a nice block. That ball's going to be out, though, for Zucker. Just out wide to the left. Zucker again doing a good job getting up for the block. But that time just a little too much steam on it as it drifted out of bounds to the right. Up 2-0, Neiman will get his second serve. Stubner digs it out. Then set up for the kill attempt, not there, but Allen, hits it over on one, and a big kill for Allen, who was ready for that hit over, wasting no time to get that kill. You can see Los Gatos hitting it over on one, and then Allen returning the favor, hitting it over on one as well. So Colin Fritschke, senior libero for the Spartans, back to serve, goes to the left-hand corner, and a beautiful serve. Miscommunication for the Wildcats, didn't know who was going to serve that or who was going to dig that ball out. So Fritschke can smile about that one. He gets an ace. Ties the game up at 2. He's going to try a similar serve, but this time Neiman takes control for the Wildcats. In the middle, nice job by Rory Abraham for the kill. The middle blocker getting the job done for the Wildcats this time. It's a nice quick set for Abraham, just off the fingertips of the Mountain View block. Stuber now, big rejection at the net. That was Abraham again. Abraham hits it over on one, but another violation. Over the net, says the ref. Get a good look from this angle, perhaps, at what happened. Looks like they called Flowers for the violation there. McLaughlin's going to set up Flowers. Nice job by Patterson to hit that ball across, and then Flowers, a big hit to the right-hand corner. Again, Patterson has tried that dump kill a number of times, but Mountain View ready every single time for it. And Flowers ends up getting the kill at the end of that rally. Line drive goes across for Allen. And then Fritschke, who's so good using that right hand to dig out balls, this time can't pop the ball up. It goes straight to the ground. So Los Gatos here in game number 3, an early 5-3 lead. Mountain View going for the sweep. The Los Gatos, they have to just think of it as winning one game at a time here as Allen sets up Flowers in the middle, rejected, but they're going to say that ball never even made it over the net, so 4 hits on Mountain View. Right off the top of the net there, looked like perhaps Los Gatos had gotten a fingertip on it, but the ref says nope. Right into the net. Suzuki will get another serve. Fritschke this time digs it out nicely. Stubner from the right side, and Moss and Neiman didn't quite know who was going to go get that ball. Nice back set there, and then right to the left of Moss, who didn't, I think, make a great attempt at that because he thought Neiman might be there to get it. Suzuki, diving dig out attempt, goes into the net, out of bounds. So Mountain View has come back. They are now down 6-5. Stubner, nice serve to the back row. Here comes Mountain View. Stearns at the net. Dug out by Suzuki, but hit over on one, and then, boy, Patterson meeting Flowers at the net to give Los Gatos a point. 7-5. Los Gatos back up by 2. Rian Farhadi back into the game. His specialty is serving, and he's going to serve it across nicely again. Dug out by Fritschke. At the net, McLaughlin's going to get that ball to go. Just over the net. Nice setup there by Allen, back set. And just off the top of the net and away from the Los Gatos block, so maybe a little bit of luck involved there for McLaughlin, but he'll take it for sure. Flowers sends it across. Patterson tries the dump kill, not quite there again. Stubner, his tip shot kill, also not there. At the net now, Zucker is going to get the kill as he jumped just a little bit higher than the Los Gatos players to get to that ball. Nice job by Zucker hitting it just to the right of that Los Gatos block. Flowers trying to dig it out, and then Stearns trying to dig it out again off the net, but unable to do so. Mountain View just not quite able to take the lead here in game number 3. They had tied the game back up at 7, but now it's 8-7, Los Gatos. Jacob Patterson getting set to serve. Patterson serves it across. McLaughlin, after digging the ball out, gets a return and gets the kill. We'll see if Mountain View can now take the lead here in game number 3. McLaughlin hits the top of the net, goes over, and then on one, there's Zucker to finish up the job. We've seen this a number of times for Mountain View, as Los Gatos has made a habit of hitting the ball over on one on some of these tough serves, and then Mountain View not wasting any time returning the ball on their first hit as well. Patterson, cross-court set for Moss, denied at the net, but that ball's gonna be out, as Zucker and Allen were there to try and stop Moss. But Moss will get the kill, and that's gonna tie the game back up at 9 apiece. Sam Lewis serving for the Wildcats. McLaughlin setting up Allen on the left side, and Allen will get the kill. Looked like Lewis might have had a chance to dig that ball back out, but Allen just hit that ball too hard for Lewis to even make a diving attempt at it. Stearns into the net. Haven't seen that in a while. Mountain View in game number 2 doing a much better job of getting their serves across. But this time Stearns goes into the net. Be side out back to the Wildcats as Teo Neiman is second serving of the game. One of the scoreboards has gone out here. It is 10-9 though. Mountain View leading. And I think the refs are going to try and get that scoreboard back working again. KMVT thanks our sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, for bringing you this season of high school sports coverage. Choose your PAMP doctor today. And we'd also like to say this game is brought to you live with help from our friends at TVU. So Neiman serves it across for Los Gatos. Miscommunication, but Allen finally gets it to go for Mountain View, and then that ball doesn't get over for Lewis, who just tried to give Mountain View a free ball. Point to the Spartans. It's 11-10 out in front. Fritchie, who's already had one ace here in game number 3, this time hits it to Neiman. In the middle, there's Abraham hitting it a bit long. No Spartans making contact with it on their block attempt. That'll give Fritchie another serve. Another lollipop serve just over the net. Allen to McLaughlin to Flowers, dug out by Lewis. At the net, oh, and there is Allen with a massive kill after a couple of balls were met at the net by both teams. You can see Allen sending away Dana Tovey and then getting the ball back, and this time finishing the job. So Fritchie, from that left side of the court he likes, serves it across. Abraham, kill attempt. And a violation. This time, not quite sure who it was for Mountain View, but yet another violation for the Spartans. Henry Moss back into the game for the Wildcats. The lefty serves it over. Flowers trying the tip kill, it wasn't quite there. Now Tovey into the net. Bit of an awkward angle for Tovey to try for the kill on that. Had to go across his body and wasn't able to quite get enough steam on it to make it over. Allen, a short serve, and Again, another miscue for the Spartans, and that's keeping Los Gatos in this game number 3. Looks like the energy level might have gone down just a bit for the Spartans. Understandable, they're up 2-0 overall and up 14-12 here in game number 3. Suzuki over to Stubner, and now McLaughlin on the left side. Nice job, Neiman and Moss saving that ball for Los Gatos. Now Stubner at the net, he didn't get it over. Lewis was there anyways to meet him. Los Gatos back within 1. Suzuki from the far left side, hits it right on the left side of the court, and Frischke and Stubner both looked at each other as that ball sailed past them. So now some mental mistakes for Mountain View. This game back tied up at 14 apiece. Suzuki, after that ace, serving it over again. This time Frischke does dig it out, and McLaughlin with a big hit right over Patterson for the kill. A little bit better concentration that time. Nice job by Allen, and then McLaughlin right to the left of Patterson, who was trying for the block. Suzuki digs that out. Lewis with the kill attempt, and out of bounds. They say, or excuse me, I guess another violation on Mountain View. Thought that ball might have hit the antenna. The ref says no. Patterson, nice setup job, and yeah, must have that ball clearly inside the antenna, so a violation on Mountain View. Ties this game back up at 15. Farhadi was back into the game to serve. Now he's going to get a nice dig out. He's going to set it up with Patterson, hits it over on 2. Looks like Los Gatos could have had a good rally going there, but Patterson decides to hit it over. Flowers now at the net, and he's going to get that one just off Suzuki. Flowers right over Patterson again, and it's hard to get a block with only one person on Flowers. You see, just jumps so high in the air and is so tall to begin with. It's hard to get a block on him. That time though, Lewis to the right side of the Mountain View block. Zucker and Stearns unable to get to the ball. And it looked like it just ticked off the left hand of McLaughlin to tie this game back up at 16. Jacob Patterson, who's been serving quite a bit in this game, and I was about to say doing a pretty good job of it, but this time well out. Came off a little funny, and Patterson knew it as soon as he served it, that ball was going long. McLaughlin, a lot of spin on that serve, it goes over. Patterson, and he's gonna set up Nick Raham, who's just into the game for the first time. Let's see if that ball even made it over the net. I don't think it did. No, did not, but Zucker was there anyways if that ball had. McLaughlin, massive serve, dug out by Lewis. Lewis now on the attack. Stubner gets to it. Now Stearns from the left side, and denied at the net. Nice job by Lewis sending that ball back. Grant Gu was there as well. And it was Lewis who got the majority of that ball. Flowers diving attempt, not quite there. Back within 1 is Los Gatos, 18-17. McLaughlin setting up Stearns, massive block by Gu there. Stearns again, this time makes it all the way to Neiman, off the ceiling, and wow, what a save by Lewis, and then Patterson couldn't quite set it over. Brilliant attempt there from Lewis, diving into his own bench to try and save that ball. However, that will give Mountain View now a 2-point cushion, 19-17. Stearns gives up that cushion right back. He serves it long. It's now a couple of service errors on the match for Stearns. Teo Neiman serves it over. Stubner sets it to McLaughlin. Back to Stubner. Nice give and go action for Mountain View. Stubner with the kill. Now 2018, Mountain View on top. Five points for Mountain View to take this match in 3 straight games. Frischke moving from the left to the right side of the court now, using that lollipop serve he likes so much. At the net, Abraham is denied by Flowers. Then Allen is going to finally finish off the point for Mountain View. Flowers doing a nice job meeting Abraham at the net, and then ball ricocheting off Abraham right over. Once again, this game is brought to you with help from our presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, a Sutter Health affiliate. Make sure you choose your PAMP doctor today. And KMVT Sports would like to thank TVU for helping us provide live coverage of tonight's game. Once again, we are live here on a Wednesday night and having fun doing so. Mountain View looking to take this match in 3 straight games. They're up 21-18 right now. And we'll see at the end of game number 2, Mountain View putting in a lot of their subs, but with the match almost over, they might just stick with a lot of their starters, and it looks like that is the case right now. Flowers, Stubner, McLaughlin, Stearns, Frischke, and Allen still all on the court for Mountain View. 4 more points, and they will take the match. Frischke serves it across to the left side. That ball did not make it over the net. Stubner was there anyways. Henry Moss checking back into the game for the Wildcats. Frischke, now a longer serve. Lewis does a nice job recognizing it, and then Moss with the kill. Moss right back into the game and right back into the kill column. Nice job by Patterson. That was a tough set, but able to get it to go. Unfortunately for Los Gatos, Moss serves it right into the net. Los Gatos, who had been so good serving throughout all 3 of these games, having a little bit of trouble here towards the end of game number 3. Patterson sets up Abraham, but Flowers right there for the rejection at the net. Flowers reading that ball perfectly to meet Abraham, and now we have a match point, 24-19, Mountain View on top. Allen serves it over to Lewis. Some miss hits. Moss awkwardly has to hit that ball over. That's in though. Stubner backed off that ball, thinking it would be wide to the left. And you can see why there was some funky spin off of Moss's shot, but it still found its way right onto the white line. Los Gatos, not dead yet. Down 24-20, need 4 straight points to keep their hopes alive as Suzuki, one of their better servers, gets it across. Allen, Flowers in the middle, and that's rejected by Abraham. Good job as the 2 middle blockers meeting in the middle of the court there. And Abraham right there to send away Flowers, who didn't get quite as much arc on that ball as I bet he would like. Nice save by Neiman to keep this game alive, and Patterson hits it over. Mountain View on the attack. McLaughlin hits it into the net. Los Gatos still alive. Suzuki tried to continue the Los Gatos run. Serves to Frischke. Setting up Stubner, and Stubner looked a little awkward going up for that kill. I think the fact that it was match point got into his head a little bit. You don't see him make mistakes like that very much. Tried to just aim that ball across, but it went right into the net. So 1 more point, and we're gonna have a tie game. Abraham sending away Flowers. And a violation on Mountain View. We have a tie game here in game number 3, 24 all. What a comeback from these Wildcats players. Would have been very easy just to give up with match point and down 4 points. But the Wildcats have not let up, and that ball is just a bit out wide to the left. Nice try there from Lewis, but he was unable to get that ball to go, so we have another match point. Subner will be serving for the win. Didn't like how that serve is shaping up. This time he gets it across. Neiman in the middle. Ball partially blocked at the net. Now McLaughlin will get the kill to end the game just over the outreached arms of Patterson. So Mountain View tried to give up game number 3 perhaps, got a little nervous at the end. But in the end, Allen's set was perfect. McLaughlin's kill was true. And a 3-game sweep for Mountain View to improve their record to 27-3 overall, 13-0 in league play. Los Gatos now 17-17 on the season, 7-6 in league play. Here at KMVT, we'd like to thank our producer-director, Bobby Chastain, our camera people, Tim Erskine, Renee Mendoza, and Sherlyn Meacham. We'd also like to give a special thanks to Mountain View High School and to TVU for helping us with this live broadcast, only our second one here at KMVT. So for REK, once again, Mountain View takes this game in 3 straight, 3-0, the Spartans win. Have a good night, everyone.